Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video I actually wanted to talk about something a little bit different. It's not about typical travel video or like languages or whatnot that on this channel I've been making content on recently, but instead I wanted to talk about kind of more personal, I guess, goal of mine or whatever. You'll very quickly understand what I mean. I don't know, like for a long time I've been wanting to get into running.
So for some reason today I woke up and it was really nice weather and I felt like I should run.
And I've always had in my head that I would like to run a marathon one day. And I just never got into running. There's been a whole load of, I guess, excuses that I've made over the years, you know, having bad lower back issues, which I do have. And in the past, when I've gone into trying to run, I've noticed that basically with a bad lower back, like running, I don't know, it seemed to make it worse. So that was one of my excuses. Other excuses was just that I weigh too much to be like a good runner or an efficient runner. Various other issues as well. Didn't want to have runner's knee or bad ankles or whatever. Anyway, on December 31st, without really any proper reasoning, I didn't do this because of it being like New Year's kind of thing or whatever. Like I didn't do this as a resolution. It just felt like it was a good time for me to start overall, after years of me contemplating when to start running. And I don't know, I just felt like I was ready to start running, and I had the gear to start running and stuff. And so I've started running, and I decided I was going to take it seriously. I was going to buy a good pair of running shoes, and I spent £160 on a pair of running shoes. And I'm currently in my Couch to 5k program because I thought I'll do the Couch to 5k program, and then that will get me to 5k or at least, you know, 30 minutes, because it actually goes by the time instead of the distance. So by the time I finish the program, I'll be able to run hopefully for 30 minutes, even if I'm struggling and even if I'm going slow or whatever. But at least I'll be able to run for that 30-minute interval, which, you know, for most people probably get you around about that 5k distance. At the moment, I'm on week 7, run 3. I think the next run that I will do will be run 3. Which means at the moment I'm running at 25 minutes at a time. That's how much I've built myself up to in the last 7 or so weeks, which is amazing actually. On week 1, I really didn't expect for me to be able to do so well, at least so quickly. I don't know, it just feels really good for me to accomplish so much when it comes to, you know, the whole running aspect. It's something that I wasn't really good at first, and now I feel like I'm actually getting better at as time goes on, each run goes on. Sometimes it does feel like a bit of a struggle. Eventually, after the run, I'm always feeling really good, really pumped. I feel like really accomplished, that I've done something. And it's overall just a really good feeling. I actually, dare I say, like enjoy running, which previously I wasn't aware that I would necessarily enjoy it, I guess. But the one thing that's motivating me to continue these runs, especially at the moment, I'm hoping this will continue to motivate me to get to these bigger goals, is the fact that I do want to run a marathon. I actually want to be able to run multiple marathons, but I have a particular marathon in mind, which is the ice marathon in Uummannaq in Greenland. I want to be able to build up my tolerance, I guess, or my ability to run to the point of where I complete this marathon. I have no particular time in mind or anything. It's just literally complete the marathon, which seems like quite an ambitious goal, if I'm going to be honest, for someone who can, at the moment, as I'm talking to this camera, run about 5k. Even that's a bit of a stretch. At the moment, I'm running about 4k every time I'm doing my 25-minute runs. So an extra 5 minutes will probably get me just about to that 5k, probably 35 minutes at my pace. And look, it is a struggle at the moment, but like I say, the motivation for me at the moment is the fact that I want to run this ice marathon in Uummannaq, Greenland. It just seemed like something that just appealed to me. It just seemed really fun to try and complete. I'm not quite sure exactly why. I guess it's because I would like to visit Greenland. I also wanted to, you know, get into running and do a marathon for the longest time. Literally for years and years and years, I've kind of been putting this off. To visit Greenland and to make a trip of it where I visit, various places, maybe Nuuk as well as wherever else I'd like to visit in Greenland. Ittoqqortoormiit maybe, even though that's on the east coast, and so maybe not. But that's just another place that I'm interested in visiting. Uummannaq, it's like a tiny island on the west coast, which in the winter it basically freezes over, and so the marathon itself is run on this frozen lake during the period of time when the marathons run, which is, at least this year, as I'm recording this video, next month in March. I don't even know what date, 20th maybe, 26th, something like that. Doesn't really matter, but next year I imagine it's going to be in the same time frame, within March at some point, and I want to be able to build my tolerance up by 2026, March 2026, where I am able to run the Uummannaq Ice Marathon in Greenland, which means that I have from now like 13 months to really train and get my tolerance up to the point of where I can just enjoy doing a marathon, essentially. It's going to be tough. I may even, depending on how it goes, do a marathon in the UK first before I end up doing the more extreme ice marathon, because the weather is going to be extremely cold. I mean, it's going to be like -20 most probably, looking at what the temperature is like this year at the moment. So it's a really ambitious goal, and I just saw this marathon and I thought it just looked really fun. The views are amazing. I really enjoy the views of Greenland. Looking at the videos of the marathons of what they've done in previous years, by the looks of it, they've only done the marathon for like a few years. Yeah, anyway, the marathon in Uummannaq, it just seems like a really fun thing to do, and I haven't really done anything that challenges myself to that extent, or really at all. I just wanted to do more with myself and just accomplish more. And so I thought this would be a really good time to try and do something. It's a good opportunity. Yeah, other things that motivate me, I know friends of mine who do running and run marathons. I've been influenced for years from people like Casey Neistat on YouTube, who makes it quite a big part of his vlogs on YouTube. And also more recently, Russ Cook, the hardest geezer, the guy who ran the length of Africa through 16 countries with like 16,000 kilometers, I think, or miles, whichever one, a long distance. Watching that and seeing, for example, Russ Cook, seeing him run like 300 consecutive marathons in a row, pretty much, just really motivated me to say, like, actually, I can do at least one. I can build my tolerance up to at least complete one marathon. And then, there's a lot of fun marathons I find out around the world. So, yeah, the Uummannaq Ice Marathon seemed just that, like a fun marathon for me to complete. So yeah, Casey Neistat, Russ Cook, and then other YouTubers as well. Like, I'm a big fan of like the Sidemen, and though they're not centered around running or anything, like they have definitely made a lot of like content on running. Like a few of the members have run marathons in the past. Friends of the Sidemen have also run marathons. And so I'm just interested in that whole like thing, I guess. I don't know. I want to challenge myself. I want to really see how far I could push myself, being strict with myself, saying regardless of the weather, I'm just going to go out, do my runs, and I'm going to build up, because I have this time frame of now 13 months. I think originally it was like 15 months to go from nothing to ice marathon level. And I'm going to be a wreck probably when I'm running the actual ice marathon come 13 months from now, but I think obviously I'll do what I can to train up for it and be as prepared as I can be. It just seems like a really fun opportunity for me to get into, and yeah, I just don't want to pass up the opportunity. If I get too old and then I'm unable to get into running or whatever, then it's kind of a little bit too late at that point. And if I ever want to, I guess, run a marathon or do something kind of extreme like that, like the younger you are, the more likely you are to get that kind of ticked off your bucket list, as it were. So I'm just really excited for that, and I wanted to put it in a video because I am excited about it. I want to talk about it, and like I want it to continue being a motivating factor for me to run this marathon. Like I say, most probably, depending on how things go, I might end up running a marathon beforehand in the UK, because there are a few marathons that are kind of seen as being easier marathons, I guess. So it'd be like a kind of baby steps almost into this more extreme version of a marathon. To do an ice marathon as your first one seems really extreme. So yeah, I don't know. Like, for example, in the UK, you have Manchester and Newport in Wales, and also apparently Edinburgh marathons. Those three apparently are like amongst the easier marathons in the UK. Uummannaq looks like it'll be mostly flat because it's all just frozen lakes, so it's just kind of flat anyway, like by nature, but I'm not sure. It just looks fun. I just want to do it. I want to go to a different country, or, well, it is a different country, but obviously, you know, whatever. For the sakes of the video, Greenland isn't a country, but I'm going to call it what it is. I want to go to a different location, different place, different culture, experience that, and just run this marathon. I don't know, I'm just really excited for it. So I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to like kind of discuss in this preliminary video about me wanting to run the Uummannaq marathon in Greenland. I'm just excited for it. I'm almost 8 weeks into my running program. I'm still excited for it. I haven't lost any motivation, and it is something that I'm just kind of like, no matter the weather, no matter how I'm feeling, unless I have like pains in my legs or whatever, which I don't want to continue making worse, because I don't want to injure myself as much as possible, whatever. But otherwise, if it's pissing it down with rain, if it's freezing cold, whatever the case may be, I just want to get out and run and train myself and be disciplined and say to myself, look, it's freezing cold out there. After 5 minutes, you'll be warmer. You'll get it done. Because most of my runs so far has been in cold weather, and it's my fingers have been numb, my arms have been numb. It hasn't been very nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the initial 5 minutes or whatever hasn't been very nice. But now I'm into longer runs. It gets a bit easier because initially you were running for like a minute and then walking for a minute and a half, and I didn't really need those walks. Even though I did on a cardiovascular level. But in terms of wanting to warm up, I wanted to just keep on running. But now, like I say, I'm at that point where I'm okay to run for like 20-25 minutes. Though it is still a little bit tough for me to like run for 25 minutes, I can do it, and I have done it now 3 times. I've got it one more time before going up to, I think, 28 minutes in week 8. Yeah, I don't know, from there we'll just see. But I just wanted to talk about it, as I say, and just kind of not get it off my chest, but just get it out there, get it in a video. And yeah, I don't know, Uummannaq marathon, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the idea of it, the prospect of it. I think when I'm doing it, when I'm on my own for like 4, 5, 6 hours, however long it would take me, in that freezing cold, -20 frozen lake wilderness almost, maybe I wouldn't be liking it so much. But it's kind of a punish yourself for the enjoyment. You're getting enjoyment out of punishing yourself, essentially, when you're doing stuff like that. If you're watching this video, maybe you're new and maybe you haven't really followed my channel before, whatever, so maybe you're a runner or something, or I don't know, give me comments down below if you're still watching in regards to like recommendations for new runners, and whatever else you wanna put down. I think that's all I wanted to say in this video. So I thank you guys for watching. I may make some more videos about, like my running, if you want to see kind of stuff like that. I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm just really excited for it, and I want to push myself and see, as I say, how far I can push myself to do something like this, because it is an uncomfortable thing to do, to push yourself to be better at running when you're literally a terrible runner. So yeah, let me know. And yeah, I appreciate anyone for watching this. If you want to support or anything in any way, just subscribe, like the video, comment, the typical YouTuber stuff. It all helps, because alongside that, obviously, I'm still doing my typical YouTube stuff, which this channel primarily focuses on, like vlogs, typically travel vlogs, language videos when I have one in mind that would make sense or whatever for me to make, and occasional GeoGuessr videos as well. So that's kind of what the channel's content is at the moment. I'm currently in Poland, hence why I'm driving in Poland at the moment, to film a bunch of vlogs. Who knows, maybe I've motivated some of you to also want to do the Uummannaq marathon in Greenland. I will put a couple links maybe in the description if you're interested. It doesn't look like it's a very popular marathon. From previous years, it looks like there's been about a handful of entries. But I'll put links in the description. I'll leave it there for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As I ask very kindly, subscribe, comment, etc. Especially if you like vlog content. I think that's where I'm going to head this year. Less on the language learning content, just because not that I've done all that I can or whatever. I just feel like I'm ready to kind of go back into vlogging and enjoy the vlog sphere or whatever. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you and peace out.